Oh, hello. Okay, so check this out. This is going to be my tab flow. So for today, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight tabs. And through these eight tabs, I'm going to show knowledge, right? Because I started off with this one, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, right? So listen to these words. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Okay, let's run that back again. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Okay, so check this out. Because thou hast rejected knowledge. All right, so if you reject knowledge, you will be destroyed. I will also reject thee. Who's going to reject you? God, right? I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, right? So if you reject knowledge, you will not be a priest to me. Who is me? God, right? So I will reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. Okay, so if you forget the law of the God, you're going to be rejected, right? If you forget God's law, you will be rejected. And then I will also forget thy children, right? So check this out. It's so easy, right? Because the people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. Right? So if you lack knowledge, then you will be destroyed, right? That's just the basic flow. Super simple. So that's what the Bible says, right? So now you have to go here. So check this out. What is knowledge? Okay, so knowledge has a root word, know, K-N-O-W. Know, to know, right? So if you want to know something, then you have knowledge, right? So if you have to understand something, then you have knowledge. Okay, so let's keep it flowing, right? So people don't understand when I say I am private. I am private. I am not public, right? I'm always telling people I live in a different jurisdiction, right? So then I have public people who try to communicate with me, but I am private, right? So I speak a different language from you, right? So all public people just know that I am private, right? I am of my one, just one. I only have one entity, one self, one me, right? So that is I am one's own. I am one's own, right? So that's why I keep saying I am private. I'm not public. I don't get down with public people because public people like to share things, right? They like to be in community together. So I'm like, no way, nuh-uh, not me. I am private, right? So I'm separate. And if I choose to hang out with you, if I choose to associate with you, then we can be cool. But then we're on equal terms because I'm explaining things to you, right? So here, check this out. Who are the people? Okay, so look at the people, right? The first word that pops into my head, right? Folk, right? Who are the folk, right? A people, a nation, a body of citizens, humans, persons in general, men and women. Okay, so you just have to stop at men and women. So when you say, who are the people? Men and women. That's it. That's all you have to know. Men and women are the people. It's so easy that it's right here. The words are right there. So if you can't understand that people are men and women, I can't help you because I show the word, right? Okay, so check this out. Here's public, right? Public. Pubis. That's funny, right? But the populace, the people. See where it says from populace, people, see people, right? But it says pertaining to the people, right? So public is not people. Repeat. Public is not people. Public is of the people. Public pertains to the people, but public is not people, right? So I keep saying that because nobody can read, right? So I tell people I'm private, I'm not public, right? So this is why I keep doing it, right? So then here, check this out. Let me show you what knowledge is from the law dictionary, right? So these are for you lawyers out there, right? Because I'm taking it all the way back to the second edition, right? So what is knowledge? Let's go ahead and look at it. The difference between knowledge and belief is nothing more in the degree of certainty. Okay, let's do that one more time. The difference between knowledge and belief is nothing more than in the degree of certainty, right? So I am very certain that I am not public. I am very certain that I am one of the people. I am very certain that I am a man. I am very certain that I come from God, right? That's what my knowledge is, right? So I understand what all those things are because I have knowledge. I am private. I am not public. I am a man. I am one of the people. I am not public. I am not a creature of the state, period, right? Okay, so check this out. Let's keep it moving. So now I have to show the lawyers the law, because the lawyers don't understand, because the lawyers have all been groomed in statutes, right? I know common law because I come from God, and God's law is supreme law of the land. Okay, so let's check this out. Look at what one of the things that we created for man, right? Here's U.S. code, right? So 26 U.S. code subsection 501, exemption from tax on corporations and certain trusts, right? These are not my words, right? So whenever I tell people, they always think that I don't know what I'm talking about. They always think that I am misinterpreting things because I need somebody else to interpret the words that I'm reading, right? So I read the words, and the words are what they are, right? Exempt, right? So who is exempt, right? An organization described in subsection C or D or section 401A shall be exempt from taxation under this subtitle unless such exemptions is denied under subsection 502, 503. All right, so what does that even mean? I don't know. People don't know how to read. So look, let's just look at the list. Right, the list of exempt organizations. Why? Because you can't read, I can read. So let me show you. Right, the following organizations are referred to subsection A. Oh, cool. Any corporation organized under act of Congress. Oh, remember, an act is no law. So anytime you see act, then you have to remember that means no law. Right, non-positive law or positive law, it is no law. But whatever, let's just keep it going. Which is an instrument, right? Oh, hello, I'm a surgical tech. I've been working with instruments my whole life, so I know what tools are, right? That's how I can get down with the law. Is exempt from federal tax. Oh, let's go that. Any corporation organized under act of Congress, which is an instrument of the United States, but only if such corporation is exempt from federal income tax. Whatever. That just means that corporations can be exempt from federal income taxes. Here's another one. Corporations organized for the exclusive purpose of holding title to property. What does that mean? That means trust, right? So if you don't understand that that means trust, I can't help you. Okay, let's move it on, right? Corporations and any community chest fund or foundation organized and operated exclusively for religious, I'm going to pause, right? So corporation, religious, charitable, right? Science, right? Test for public safety, okay? Literary, right? Educational purpose, right? Or anything to foster a national or international amateur sports competition, okay? Pop Warner. Okay, so look at this. What does that mean? That means that all of these corporations, right? If you fall under the jurisdiction of the state, that means that you are exempt from paying taxes, right? So I keep pointing these words out to the people, right? Because the people don't understand, right? So I was having conversations with women yesterday, and then I was like, yo, I'm private. I don't operate in the public. I don't function in your realm, right? And I keep speaking and I keep showing, but the people don't listen. So it's like, I'm done. I'm completely done, right? So if you are a public entity and you don't understand the words, right, then we can talk, right? I can show you, I can educate you, I can consult with you, right? And then I can make you whole. I can assemble you, because obviously you don't know how to assemble yourself because you don't know how to read, right? So I can do all of these things. And the reason why I'm doing all these things, right, is because I don't want us to grow up into idiocracy. I don't want it, right? People are just way too beautiful to be idiots, right? We have these beautiful bodies that we're allowed. We only have we have a blip, right? We have a blink in time to experience this reality. And then when you try to do things that are big, right, people don't understand it because they think that you're a narcissist, right? So if you try to do things where I want to help all men, all women, all children, then they think you're a narcissist, right? So I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. I'm just going to go help all men, all women, all children be what they need to be. I'm going to help them be men, women, children of God. Super simple, right? Because that's just the flow. You have God, right? Then you have man, woman, child, and then you have everything else. That is a hierarchy. Everything else is beneath God, right? Everything else is beneath man, woman, child, right? Everything else is beneath that. I don't care if you're a taxpayer. I don't care what it is that you want to call it. You call yourself a person. You can call yourself a corporation. You can call yourself all sorts of things. If you are not of God, if you are not a man, if you're not a woman, if you're not a child, then you fall under a different jurisdiction, right? I don't play in that jurisdiction. You're a public. You're a public if you fall under any other jurisdiction than man, woman, God, right? And I know that now. And I'm trying to show the people that now, but it's very hard for people to understand because they can't read the words. So what do? You have to show them movies. So check this out. Here's Idiocracy, right? I love this movie because it was fun. I remember when I watched it back in 2006, right? Because I was just like, yeah, this movie's so dope, but then when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, this movie's so true, right? This is a very true movie because the people have been dumbed down, right? They have been dumbed down because of this right here. You see that? Chicks, sex, naked, world, sex, hot, report, chicks, right? That's what all the dudes look for. All you have to do to replace that is just put something else for chicks, and then you're going to have women, right? If you put something else for, just separate the chicks and just put in men, right? And then you got a woman's magazine right here. It's the same thing, but just check out this flow. It's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And full disclosure, this is, I have fair use, right? So I can use this because I'm showing this to educate, right? I want you to see the images within this because this is what people do, right? The clip I got is for Dr. Lexus. Hello, Lexus. All right, let's check it out. Volume.
Hey, how's the hang, essay?
Yeah, right. Well, not so good. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm seeing things. I think it might be because of these drugs the Army put me on. But if you could just get me well enough to get back to base.
Right. Kick ass. Well, don't want to sound like a dick or nothing, but it says on your chart that you're fucked up. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded. What I do is just like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I'm serious here.
oh, don't worry, Scrub. Now there are plenty of tards out there living really kick-ass lives. My first wife was tarded. She's a pilot now.
I need for you to be serious for a second here, okay? I need help.
There's that fag talk we talked about. Right, so that'll be this many dollars. And if you could just go ahead and, put your tattoo in that shit.
That's weird. This thing has the same misprint as that magazine. What are the odds?
Where's your tattoo? Tattoo? Why don't you have this?
Oh, God.
Where's your tattoo? Why come you don't have a tattoo?
Oh, my God.
You're not understand.
That's LA. That's Los Angeles.
Oh, my God.
That's San Francisco. That's New York. Right?
No, you don't understand. You gotta let me talk.
That's the government right now.
They're all dead. Everybody I know is dead.
Pause. Look at this. Okay, so I only made it in a minute and 58 seconds, but whatever, right? So now, do you see that flow? If I had to switch my earbud. So if you can see these things right here, Idiocracy, it's a movie, right? It is a movie. And the reason being is because my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It is so simple. If you lack knowledge, then that's what's going to happen to you, right? And then that's just all I have to say. This is my lecture, right? This is my lecture. This is my presentation. And then I'm showing there's a big difference between knowledge. I'm showing there's a big difference between private, right? There's a difference between people. There's a difference between public, right? Lawyers understand knowledge only from where their books tell them, right? I go deeper than what lawyers go. I go into the word, right? I'm not told by some authority. The only authority that I have is God, right? So God tells me that I must go out there and I must show and I must minister to God's people, right? So if I'm telling and then I'm expressing the word to God's people and they reject it, I'm cool. I'm done. I did what I was supposed to do. God told me to go out there. God told me to show the word. I'm showing the word. And if you reject the word, that's on you. I did my duty, right? I did my duty because I had to show you the word. And if I show you the word and you don't accept the word, that's cool. I'm in peace, right? I'm just going to keep it moving and I'm going to keep walking and I'm going to find people who want to be private. This is for all the public people out there. You guys stay in the public realm, but remember, the private realm, the private jurisdiction controls the public, right? So on that note, I'm out and I'm good. I'll see you in the future. No one's having more fun than us. Bye.